welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. So for today's video we are going through my makeup palette collection.
Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that.
So I have all of my makeup palettes in this big like wire basket which I keep under my desk. I have so many palettes which I'm trying to like use more of recently because I bought loads of palettes last summer and I just haven't used them. If you guys are returning subscribers, thank you and welcome back. If you aren't, then please do subscribe. I'd love to have you here. Last year I filmed a Morphe haul, and if you watch that you will know how many palettes I bought from there last summer because I was bored in lockdown and I kind of fell into the whole of sales, so bought literally the whole of Morphe's website. Yeah, I'm not sorry, but now I'm like, I've got all these palettes, so I'm going to show them all to you. So first of all, we'll start off with my biggest palette, which is the James Charles Artistry palette. And this is a palette that I haven't used like too much, but I've used it a couple of times. So it's basically like an artist palette where like you've got every single colour you need, and it's just such a nice palette. I love all the nudes up here. I've used the blues before, absolutely love them. I've used the greens. I think I've dived into the purples a little bit, but there's quite a few shades, like especially here, I haven't used yet, and along here that I haven't used. I've used a bit of the white, and that's it by the looks, but I haven't used this palette very much. But if you guys want me to do a video on it, I know like literally everybody's doing a video on it, but everyone has their different take on things. Let me know if you want me to create a makeup look out of any of these palettes. Let me know if there's any palette that you'd like me to do a video on. I would love to just have like a little sit down chat, get ready with me video. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. But yeah, this palette, I think I got it in the sale. It must have been about £18, maybe a bit less than that, because the sale on Morphe was insane last year. And I know there was a little bit of controversy, is that the word? Over James Charles at one point, but like I don't really follow him too much, to be honest. I literally never watch his YouTube videos. I just know that he's a big YouTuber and I always see him on TikTok and he's very good at makeup. So I was like, this is a big person that I thought I'd just buy the palette. So yeah, I love the palette. Basically like a rainbow in a palette. That's why I like it. The next palette is another big one, which is the Jaclyn Hill palette. Now I wanted this palette for ages. So Sophie got me this for my 21st birthday. It has been used quite a few times, I think. More so in like the greeny turquoisey shades and up here where there's like some champagne nudie colours. I haven't used any of the dark colours here apart from this brown. I haven't used it too much really looking at it now, but I have used like these shades here more than anything. I really need to use my palettes more often because none of them are hitting pan apart from my old palettes. But yeah, this is a lovely palette. I love how it's got every single shade name on the back there, and it's just such a lovely palette that she bought me for my 21st birthday. I love it. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this because it has such a good array of colours inside the palette, and Jaclyn makes some pretty good palettes. I have more of her palettes in this collection. This retails to about, I'm pretty sure it's £35, I could be wrong, but I'm no makeup guru, see I can't even say it. I'm no makeup guru on this channel. I just like to play around with makeup whenever I feel like it, and I have a lot of makeup palettes to play with. So the next palette is this 24A Artist Pass. I'm pretty sure this was part of the Sweetie, how you say it, range that she did. I think it was, I'm not entirely sure. But look how incredibly crazy this palette is. I love all these crazy colours. These are amazing as highlighters on your cheek or your inner corner. I absolutely love it. I haven't used this very much. I've like tried these little glitters out down here, but looking at this palette, I've literally not touched it apart from the highlighters and here. I really need to play with makeup more, guys. Please give me some suggestions of looks down below, or send me a drawing. I would love to do them videos where your subscribers or your followers, etc., or your friends draw your makeup look. I really want to do a video like that, so I might do that just to try out some more palettes. Yeah, I love this palette. I think I got this for under £20 in the Morphe sale again. Like I said, there's a lot of Morphe palettes in this collection because I used to absolutely adore the brand, still do. I just haven't been buying anything because of course I'm saving for a house. So if you're new to this channel and you like homeware things or vegan things, vegetarian or anything lifestyle like that, there will be a lot of home content like lifestyle, home moving vlogs. There'll be cooking in the kitchen with me vlogs. Honestly, I cannot wait for you guys to know what's going on. I can't wait to tell you. So the next palette is this Total Eclipse palette by W7, and this is basically a dupe for the Huda Beauty palette. I can't remember which one it is because I'm absolutely rubbish with names. But this was only $5.99, was it $7.99? I think it's $5.99 from B&M. Absolute bargain. Comes with a brush. Used it a couple of times. I tried it out in my spring get ready with me, but I refilmed that. So I actually tested it out. So I haven't actually tested it out with you guys yet, basically. But I have tried it out. For the price of it, $5.99. Brilliant. Even the pigmentation on these is absolutely lovely in this palette. It's a nice little thing to buy if you want to have the Huda Beauty one and save yourself about £40. It's only $5.99, so it's a good palette. And look how crazy the packaging is. Woo! Next palette is another Morphe one. Now this one is the 35H Morphe palette. Now this one I got in a cohorted box quite a while ago, and this palette looks like it's been well loved. I've used it quite a lot on this side, not so much on this side. I've used it a little bit. I'm more drawn towards the nude and the pink kind of shades, as today I'm wearing colours from the Modern Renaissance palette, which I'll get to. I do like this palette, but I haven't used it enough. I feel like I should let it go because I have loads of palettes with these colours in already, but you only don't want to let go of something. I think this retails to £12. No, is it more than that? £24. I could be wrong, but either way, Morphe have loads of these style of palettes. And speaking of, I have a very, very similar one, which is the Morphe 3503 palette. I absolutely adore this palette. Look at that. I love how it's all the colours that I pretty much use, from nudes to pinks to orange to browns to like burgundy and a pop of green, which I love these colours. I made a look out of these at one point. I can't remember how I did it, but I love the pop of green. It just looks so nice. I haven't used this very much. I have only used a couple of things, like a couple of bits of the red, like cherry colours and the green. I haven't actually used this too much. I should use this more often. I'm sure I got this in the sale for £12. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think it was. I know I got it in the sale. The person that made me buy this was Sophie, because she brought it to Disneyland and I was like, oh my god, I need that palette in my life just because of the green section. I just thought it looked like such a pretty palette, and it was just such a nice colour. It's just such a good versatile palette to even take on holiday if you like wearing these shades. I love that one. Next palette is another Morphe palette, and it is the Jeffree Star palette. I know that they've stopped selling these palettes on there, which I'm glad that I've got my hands on it, because this is such a beautiful palette. Like, look at all those pinks, little bits of green, little bits of brown, nudes, the golds. It's such a lovely palette. I think I got this for £16, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. It's such a good size palette. I'm pretty sure I did a video, which is my boyfriend is my voiceover, and I tested this palette out. I forgot I actually did that video, thinking about it. Yeah, go check that video out. If I can, I'll link it in the eye here. My finger looks really long. Well, check that video out if you want to. But yeah, I love this palette. Kind of gutted between what happened with Jeffree Star. I don't really fully understand it, because I don't like celebrity drama or anything like that. But it's a lovely palette, and I'm happy that I have it because the colours are beautiful. Next palette is a Manny MUA times Morphe palette. I told you guys, I have a lot of Morphe palettes. Now this I got on the sale for £10, and it's a very like berry nudes brown kind of colour palette, and it has two highlighter shades here. Again, I haven't used them. I seem to collect things and not use them. I need to stop hoarding things, this is ridiculous. But yeah, I need to use this more often. This is more like a autumnal palette, I would say. The sleek palette is just flavour, a bit creepy. But yeah, this is a lovely palette. I've tried it once before. I was wearing the look in my Morphe haul, I'm sure what I did. It was a very berry gold kind of look, really liked it. It's such good pigmentation in this. Every palette that I have here that I've shown you so far is really good pigmentation anyway. Yeah, I'm not like a full-on, you know, reviewer or whatever, it's just my personal opinion. But I do love this. The berry shades are my favourite out of this. Next palette, oh wow, we are away from the Morphe palettes, finally. And we're on to Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and I have Sultry palette, and I got this from TK Maxx. I'm pretty sure it was $24.99, and it is literally autumn in a palette. I feel like it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous product to have. Like, look how gorgeous, I'm saying gorgeous a lot, how lovely and sparkly this packaging is, and I was just sold as soon as I saw it, and I opened it, I was like, okay, need this in my life. And it has loads of brown, gold, and like champagne pink colours in there. There's a little bit of a pop of like a cherry pinky blush colour, and it's such a nice dark palette to have for autumn. Like, this is literally me in the autumn time in a palette. Like, these are the shades that I like to wear the most, and I honestly love a brown and gold eye look. I always have done since I was about 17. I just love it. This is me in a palette. Next palette is the Modern Renaissance Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Now I have used this to death. because I've had this probably about 5 years thinking about it. Like, look how battered it is. Like, I cracked the mirror, whoops. And I've used these shades so much. Like here, this shade Venetian Red, I have this on today. I have hit pan there, so that shows that I have used this quite a lot. I haven't used it in ages though, so I thought I'd whack it out today and make a little bit of an eye look out of it. I used to use quite a lot of the Ready Berry shades and a little bit of the Real Gar. Well, it's like a burnt amber shade, and make a nice look out of that, because I think I've seen a IGTV quite a while ago on Boohoo, and they made a gorgeous look out of this palette, and it was just such a nice creation that they made. So these, I'm pretty sure the retails are around £25. Everybody and their mom literally has this palette, and it's such a good palette, so why else would you not have it? I love the size of these palettes as well. They're actually a decent size, and they have like a nice mirror as well, but it's such a bloody love. Oh, we're going back to Morphe, whoops. So we have two Jacqueline Hill palettes, like these are the mini kind of palettes, and I have Ring the Alarm and Armed and Gorgeous. Now Ring the Alarm is such a gorgeous palette, but I've only used 2 shades out of it. It's very like berry, burnt orange kind of colours, and these 2 colours here are mixed together. They look beautiful together. I think I've used this in a video. Was it this one? I think I used this one in a video in one of my vlogs last year, and I tested them out in my lockdown series. It was called Quarantine Diaries, that's what I called it, and I think there was like 14 episodes of it. So if you guys want to scroll back through my feed and have a look at that, I might actually make a playlist actually, so you guys can go back and have a look at that thinking about it. Yeah, I got this in the sale. I think it was either £8 or £10 or something like that, but either way it was reduced. Not this one. This one, sorry, the Ring the Alarm. I got this one out of a cohorted box, and they have some really good things in the cohorted boxes. And the next palette is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. This was the one that I got reduced in the sale, and I've made a gorgeous burnt orange look out of this before, and I love it. Haven't used it very much. Pigmentation, beautiful, and I think I picked this up for £8 again, and it's a really nice palette. I really need to use these palettes more often now that I've done this. It's made me really want to actually play around with makeup, because this is ridiculous that I've pulled out so many and I've just not used them. Next eyeshadow palette is the Soph X Revolution palette, and I know she did a few of these, but this is the first one that she did, I think, and look how used that is. Like, look how dirty it is. It's crazy. I used this so much when I first got it. Look how big that mirror is. I love it. As you can see, I absolutely loved all the goldy nude colours. I didn't use anything else very much. I used the black a little bit by the looks of it, and the champagne colours, and I used this bit a little bit, but I haven't used it very much apart from this section here, because I used to absolutely love a golden brown eye, or like a nudie gold eye. I still love it now, I'm not gonna lie, but I need to experiment more looking at all these. It's just crazy how much I've bought all these palettes and not used all of them. I'm just gutted about that. And this palette is the Soph X Revolution Extra Spice palette. Now this is such a gorgeous palette, and I've hardly used it, which I'm gutted about again. I've used it a couple of times and not used it to the full extent that I should have, and I really need to get some use out of these. I need to wear makeup more and actually play around with makeup. I just don't do it enough. So guys, if you want some more makeup videos, let me know. As you can see, I need to use these, and I need an excuse to put some makeup on my face. So yeah, love this palette. It's such a gorgeous palette, and I need to use it more often, especially this shade and the silver. It's just gorgeous. It's a very summery palette as well. And then I have the Imagination collaboration palette. Oh my god, I cried when I found out she had a baby. That she had a baby. She hasn't had it yet. That she's pregnant. I literally cried my eyes out at her video. As soon as it posted, it was like 44 minutes after she posted the video, I was like, I'm clicking straight on that, and I literally cried my eyes out as soon as I saw the pregnancy stick. I was like, oh my god, she's pregnant. I was so happy for her, honestly. Like, I'm welling up now. I've literally followed her since she had like 17k on Instagram, and it's just, I've literally followed her the whole journey, and I'm sure that a lot of us have that have heard of Imagination. She is an absolute angel. I will support her in everything that she does. She's an absolutely amazing influencer, and this is why I have her palette. She also has her own beauty range as well. Like, I think she does lashes and liquid lipsticks. Oh my god, wouldn't it be amazing if she did a clothing range? I feel like she needs that. Maybe with like Misguided or something. That'd be amazing. I would buy that. So yeah, this is her palette. Again, hardly used it. I love the fact that all the names of the shades are words that she always uses, and it's so cute. I love that. It's got her own spin on it. But I'm gutted I haven't used this very much again. I've used it a couple of times and just put it away in the box. So I'm gutted that I haven't used this very much, but I really need to get using these. And also, what I love about Revolution is they're vegan and cruelty free. I love that. I haven't bought anything from Revolution in ages though. So going back to a Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, this is the Moonchild Glow Kit. I wanted this for years, and look how beautiful that is. It's very icy tones for highlighters, and I don't just use them as highlighters, I use them as eyeshadows as well, because I did a Frozen look when I was going to Disneyland on my Instagram. If you scroll out really far down on my feed or on my IGTV channel on my Instagram, you'll see that I use this palette, and the one that I use the most is the Blue Ice. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I can see it. But like, look at that highlight. You probably can't even see it very well, but it's such a lovely palette. I need to use some more often. It's making me feel bad. I got this from TK Maxx though. I think it was £15 or something like that, but I thought what a bargain considering how they used to be. Ooh, it says vegan and cruelty free as well. So another palette we have here, I won in a giveaway, and this is the Profusion Cosmetics Mixed Metals. I haven't used this once yet because obviously I have all of those. I might actually put this in a giveaway thinking about it because I just won't use it. And I've never actually used this brand before, but it is cruelty free, not tested on animals, but it doesn't say it's vegan, so it's a bit concerning. Then we have a Mimi palette. I actually did a review on this if you guys are long-term subscribers. I did a review on this last year. Now look how lovely that is. Sorry, it's like shining in your face. Lovely gold, brown, very autumnal kind of colours in this palette. I've got this out of a cohorted box again, and this is the 12 eyeshadow Millennial palette. And it's a very nice little palette with a big mirror. Next we have a Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit. Now this is one of the best cream kits I've ever used. But the only problem I have with it is it's quite difficult for me to get the product out. So I feel like it needs to be like a wet brush or something. To get it out, it's quite hard to get the product out of the pan. I'll just go over my finger, great. Because you have to use a sponge or a brush to get this out, and it's quite difficult. If you've got any tips on how to use this, please do let me know in the comments down below, because I'm probably using it completely wrong. When I have used it, it is a really nice palette. I actually did a get ready with me video. If I can link it here, I will do, of the video that I'm talking about, because I tried out, I think it was Try New Makeup with me or something like that. But either way, if I can, I'll link it in the corner for you. Next palette is a Morphe palette, and it is the 9G palette. Now this also came in a cohorted box, and this I've used mainly these shades here, the gold and the champagne pink kind of colour. The rest of it I have not touched. As you can see, I don't really go towards like green or purple very much. So yeah, this has been a nice palette, but I just hardly use it. Moving on to like the little palettes. Yes, we're still going. I have the Huda Beauty Emerald Obsession palette. Now I really wanted to get full collection of the Huda Beauty ones, but this is where I'll go on something else in a moment. But I got this in the sale on, I think it was Black Friday. It was on Black Friday or the January sales that I got this at. No, it must have been Black Friday because I had 70% off their website, and this cost me like £11, and they're normally like £25. And this is such a beautiful palette, and it's such a good one for travelling with as well, especially if you wear green eyeshadow a lot. Now this shade up here is absolutely beautiful. I loved making a look out of this. I used these kind of colours here going in like a Z shape. They're the ones that I use the most. Again, I need to use this more often. I just don't use eyeshadow enough. I mainly use bronzer on my eyelids and then I'm good to go. I really need to experiment and do more things with these. The pigmentation on this is incredible. So nice. So this is where we go on to the dupes. This is the W7 Barrel Exposed Pressed Pigment Palette, and this is basically the nude version of the Huda Beauty palettes that are basically like this one. I really want to get the purple one of this. I feel like they look really nice. But this is the nude version and I really like it. It's not bad at all for what it is. This was like $3.99 in B&M. The shades are lovely. I feel like they're not, I feel like they're a little bit chalky, but the glitters are quite nice. Like they actually are quite nice, but I feel like they fade quite easily, if that makes sense. So for what you get in, it's alright. Obviously the pigmentation difference here is there's a lot. But either way, for $2.99, $3.99, however much it was, it's not a bad buy at all. And we are on to the last palette, and this is the Sleek Makeup Highlight Palette. There goes the brush. So this is the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in the shade Solstice. I have hardly used this. I have an itchy cheekbone. I will not let go of it because the colours on this are incredible. I love them. I need to use it more often. I haven't actually had this for a long time. Thinking about it, I've definitely had it more than 2 years. It's only powder. It's fine. No problem with reusing things. But yeah, I love it. It's such a cute little palette. I just don't use it enough. Oh, another thing, I have a brush cleaning sponge in here. I got this from Primark. I had one before, and they're really handy for when you want to change colours on your brush and it just cleans them, like dry cleans them. It literally dry cleans the brush. That's it. Yeah, that is it. That is literally all of my palettes. I feel like it's a lot, but then I've seen some makeup palette collections and mine looks tiny compared to other people's. I'm going to stick with what I have. I don't want to get any more because, as you can see, I don't even use hardly any of them. So I want to make more videos with makeup in. I feel like I need to do that and experiment more with my makeup. I don't do it enough. And I need to play with makeup a lot more because I have a lot of stuff to use up. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please do give this video a like and comment down below what your favourite palette is out of my collection, or what your favourite makeup palette is that I've never tried before. Please do let me know in the comments down below, and of course please do stick around and subscribe. I would love to have you here as part of the family. We are growing. I cannot wait for us to get to 1k. 1k of you would be incredible. I'm so grateful for the little family that we're growing on here, so thank you so much if you stick around and subscribe, and thank you so much to my returning subscribers who always support me. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you very soon for a brand new video. Bye!
Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that.